Happy Independence Day. Yes, this episode of mine did not start the usual way it does, because today is definitely ought to be different. Yes, today is 15th of August, when India celebrates its Independence Day, transforming the country into a painting filled with the colors of pride and patriotism. On this date, in 1947, the nation declared its independence from the 200-year British rule. This historic occasion honors the nation's laborious transition from the confines of colonial control to the lofty heights of sovereignty. As the tricolour flag flutters in the breeze and the echoes of the national anthem reverberate through the air, Independence Day becomes more than a date on the calendar. It becomes a symphony of remembrance, a tribute to the sacrifice, and of course, a celebration of unity. Today, India is proudly observing its 77th Independence Day, commemorating 76 years of cherished freedom. The theme for this year's celebration is Nation First, Always First, a part of the grand Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav festivities. Today, as we all are here to acknowledge our privilege of being born in a free India and celebrate the 77th Independence Day of our country, we need to ask those born before 1947 to know the pangs of the anguish of being enslaved under colonial rule. For every Indian in those days, it was indeed a Herculean task to fight against those powerful giants. However, those difficult times and struggles must not be allowed to fade away from our memories. Hence, every Independence Day, we should not only celebrate our freedom, but we should also pay tribute to the ones who fought for it, to the ones who held a vision for our country, and to the ones who sacrificed themselves for the same. I'm sure you all must have heard this famous quotes. Swaraj is my birthright and I shall have it. Give me blood and I will give you freedom. But have you all ever heard this quote? If a man says he is not afraid of dying, he is either lying or he is in Gorkha regiment. No, right? And that is why exactly I'm here with today's episode, remembering the forgotten war heroes of our country. Yes, let's talk about that hero and fighter today, whose song has never been sung before. And it's none other than Field Marshal Sam Hormusji Framji Jamshedji Manekshaw, popularly known as Sam Bahadur, who was born to Parsi parents in Amritsar on April 3, 1914, was one of the greatest military commanders India has ever had. Manekshaw was the first Indian Army officer to be promoted to the 5-star rank of Field Marshal. His father initially resisted his plans to join the army, but he rebelled, saying his father should send him to London in that case so that he can become a gynecologist. His father refused that too. Following that, Manekshaw took the Indian Military Academy entrance examination, and as it said, the rest is history. Manekshaw served the army for 40 years and participated in 5 wars, namely the World War II, India-Pakistan War of 1947, Sino-Indian War of 1962, India-Pakistan War of 1965, and of course the Bangladesh Liberation War of 1971. Prior to the India-Pakistan 1971 war, when asked Manekshaw about the Indian Army's readiness, he said, "I and we are always ready." Manekshaw cheated death on a few occasions, both on the battlefield and away from it. As a young captain, while posted in Burma and fighting a war with the Japanese in 1942, he was critically wounded with as many as 9 bullets lodged in his body. While battling for life, his valiant Sikh orderly sepoy Sher Singh came to his rescue and saved him from the certain death. Another of his famous quotes came when asked about what would have happened if he had opted for Pakistan during partition, to which he rightly replied, then Pakistan would have won all wars. His service was extended by 6 months on special order of President in 1972. Although unwilling, he continued out of respect for the President. He was awarded the Military Cross in 1942, in 1968, and of course in 1972. As much unfortunate as it was, he died of pneumonia at the military hospital in Wellington. No politician came to his funeral, nor was a national day of mourning declared. However, surprisingly, after so many decades, Meghna Gulzar's next directorial, Sam Bahadur, is set to be released in theatres on December 1st, 2023, starring Vicky Kaushal in the title role of Field Marshal Sam Manekshaw. The movie, produced by RSVP Movies, is based on the life and times of Manekshaw, one of India's greatest war heroes. The India Independence Day 2023 comes with a plethora of emotions. It reminds us of the pain of being enslaved, of the strength in unity. It defines sacrifice. It gives us an example that some wars can be won with non-violence. And of all the things, it makes us value and cherish the freedom we have today. But wait, today in this episode, I won't be the only one speaking. Yes, we have our today's guest speaker, one of my dearest friends, who has never left any stone unturned to do his duties for the nation and become a true patriot. Tapas is currently pursuing aerospace engineering and wishes to serve the nation along with his interest for science. Hi Tapas, how do you feel that we are finally talking about the forgotten heroes of war?
Well, Sanya, thank you for having me in your podcast. So, I want to clarify here that whenever we say war heroes, it is not only about the people from the Navy, Army or the Air Force, but it is also about the people from the secret agencies who conveys you the vital information about the situation of the war, the people of the villages along the borders, who also gives you secret inputs about the enemies. It is also about the bureaucrats who supports you in those kind of adverse situations. When we discuss about these people, I personally feel that these people should be the real role model of this generation because they really make us understand the real meaning of fearlessness, patriotism, selflessness and bravery.
It's been so long I wanted to ask you, what inspires you and keeps you motivated to read about India's military advancements and success?
So, the thing that really inspires me and excites me to read about the military advancement and success is that how our armed forces fought when there were very less amount of resources in their hand. During 1965 and 1971 wars, the Indian Army only had the Centurion tanks, which was not that modern, but they used it very well and diligently, and at last the tank became one of the most well-known weapons in our war history. Likewise, during that time the Indian Air Force had the Mirage 2000. In 1999 war, it played a vital role and lately it was considered as the game changer. The Navy had the INS Vikrant during 1971 war, which was the prime protector of Indian waters during those days. Now, when I see the T-72 Arjun tank, I feel our army is the best in mountain warfare. When I hear the roar of LCA Tejas and Rafale, it makes me feel that they are the lords of the sky. Recently induced INS Arihant took our navy to a whole new level.
Last but not the least, any message that you would like to give to all the people listening to us today on the very day of our independence?
So, The message that I want to convey is that we should at least know about our real heroes, and those real heroes are our fallen soldiers and heroes of our war. We should consider them as our real heroes and role models because they are the main reason why we are safe today. Let us respect their families and tell them that we trust them and love them, and we will forever support them at any cost. That's all. Thank you. Jai Hind and Happy Independence Day.
Thank you so much, Tapas, for being with us today. Really, as proud citizens of this country, it is our responsibility to sincerely perform our duty and progress together for the growth and development of our country. Keeping the sacrifices of our ancestors in mind, we should take an oath to carve a better future for our motherland. Making the next generation aware of the sacrifices we have made to make this country a better place for them is one of the key goals of celebrating independence. That's it for today. Meet you guys in the next episode of Learnings of Life of an 18-year-old. Till then, happy independence.